Hey, everybody. Good morning. I was really trying to not be on video until I had everything sorted out. And I think we're almost there. How is everyone? Come in, say hi. If you are watching this on YouTube and you want to be a part of the conversation, you will need to be in the Facebook group, which you can access at businessstraightup.com/community. I do have my ceiling fan on today, so let me know if it's too loud, if it's like too distracting or anything like that. Good morning. Come in and say hello. Hello. How's everyone doing? Again, if you're on YouTube, join me in the Facebook group at businessstraightup.com/community because that's where the conversation is going to happen. Come on in and say hi in the comments because we're going to start chatting. Let's see. When I do these, I literally have a list of like 200 or so things to talk about, which is why I would really prefer that you just tell me what you need, because it will make it much easier for me to be completely present to what you're looking for and what you need. But if you're not feeling chatty today, that's okay too, because I can just chat about these things all day. Marketing, your business. Don't be sleazy when you're marketing, and email marketing and all of these good things. WordPress and SEO. You guys, my list of website stuff is really long. So many things to talk about. One thing I wanted to talk about today, because someone asked me when it comes to book club and the books that we read, and why do we read books that are not always business books, even though it's technically Boss Book Club. And so I wanted to kind of chat about that, because the books that we read are all personal development books. So it used to be called self-help. Apparently, I guess someone didn't like that label and they decided that it needed to be called something else, which is fine. So they are now labeled personal development. Now, I have not been to the bookstore lately. I don't even know if we have any local bookstores around us anymore, but there are several books that we read in Boss Book Club that are not necessarily business, because they're personal development related. So why does that matter? Why should we be reading? Ooh, I forgot my light. Sorry. Why should we be reading personal development books? Well, I have a secret for all of you. Say hi in the comments as you come in. I can see people come in, but I just can't see who it is. So say hi in the comments. And my secret is, if you want to grow your business beyond your wildest dreams, you have to work on yourself first. And that's something a lot of people don't tell you, but we have so many subconscious beliefs that are so rooted in our brains and in our hearts, and they're going to hold you back, because business is a long game. It's not easy. It's not something that's overnight. These overnight success stories are bullshit. Most of the people that are, quote, overnight successes have been doing what they're doing for a very long time. You just didn't hear about them until recently. And so many of us think that they have something that we don't. And truly, that's really true, because you can do whatever you want to do. You can build whatever business you want to have, but they might have put in more time working on themselves, the mindset behind it, the energy behind it. One of my coaches, Tara Newman, has an EMS framework that prioritizes your energy, your mindset, and then your strategy. So basically what she is saying is that you have to take care of your own energy first. You have to take care of yourself first. And I know we think about that with self-care, and we think about that with other things, and that's true, and those things matter, but it's not just from a personal standpoint. It's not just as a mom that you need to take care of your energy first so that you can take care of your kids. It's your business too. And I know that a lot of people don't like it when someone compares a business to a baby. And I get that. I have 2 kids. I understand. I have 2 kids and 2 businesses. But it's the same concept when it comes to self-care. You have to take care of your own energy first. Are you growing? Are you learning? Because every single person that I know that has a very successful business is constantly growing and working on themselves. Now, it may not be business education that they're working on, but they're constantly moving forward. They don't just sit there and let things sit around and do nothing. And you know what's funny is so many business owners, myself included, that get to the goal that they wanted and the point that they wanted to be at. And they're like, this is amazing. And they start to automate things and outsource things and systematize things, which is where we all want to be, so that you're not constantly running the wheels in your business. So they get there. And then so many of us are like, now what? Now what do we learn? Now where do we go? What do we add? What do we learn? What do we put into place as a process next? How can we make this better? Because that's what entrepreneurs are, right? Most of us went into business because we really loved what we were doing. And we're like, how can I actually make a living at this? And then you're like, oh, hey, look, someone is going to pay me $20 for photos. Yay. How can I make this better? How can I learn how to actually make a living doing what I love? Because my first sessions were at $20 a piece with all the files. So, hey, $20, images for everyone. It was good times. So let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. I would love to hear about your biggest shifts when it comes to mindset and energy and the things that you have learned that have affected your business. Hey, Terry, it's good to see you. We're talking about mindset and how protecting your energy is key. Now, another piece to this, because if you're running into the ground, you can't run a business. You can't even be there for your family, much less your business. Another piece to this is comparison and getting rid of that shit. Because if you are constantly on social looking at people's work and looking at what other people are doing, you are spending energy on things that aren't going to help you. So how can you switch that around to actually spend energy where it matters so that you can spend it on your growth, on your advancement? Hi, ladies. Come on in. Hi, Deidre. We're talking about mindset and energy and growth. And the big secret about being in business that no one tells you is that when you work on yourself, your business will grow exponentially. Terry said, honestly, really shifting from hobbyist to a business owner was a huge mindset shift, one that I wasn't really prepared for. I don't think any of us are really prepared for that. Unless you've run a business before, I think most of us just kind of go into this because we really love what we're doing, right? So if you're a photographer, you really love taking pictures. And if you're a cake decorator, you really love baking. Or if you're an esthetician, you really love, cosmetics and makeup and waxing and stuff like that. You really love it. And so you go into business and you're like, wait a minute, this is way more than I bargained for. I freaked out. So apparently the Air Force is training today. So you're going to hear some jets outside because I live by an Air Force base. When I was laid off from my job I can't remember if it was 2011 or 2012. I have to look it up. But when I was laid off from my job and now I was like, fuck, photography is going to have to be full time. I'm ready. I'm going to do this. I don't know that I ever would have done that without being laid off, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. It is what it is. So how I feel is regardless, but I don't know that I would have taken that step without being laid off. So when I was laid off, I freaked out and I went to 2 friends who were running businesses, and I flipped out. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to run a business. What needs to happen? Do I have to have a lawyer? Do I have to have all this shit? I had no idea. I freaked out. I remember so many tears on, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm going to do a podcast episode on this because one of them was so kind and one of them was not kind. You can guess which one I'm still friends with. Deidre said, I got off of social unless I'm posting. Yeah, I need to get there, girl. I chat so much in groups. That's why I'm on social most of the time. That's why I'm not really on Instagram very much, but I do enjoy it sometimes. I don't know. I guess I don't see the point, but you really have to protect your energy. You only have so many fucks to give every single day. And if you are giving those fucks to stupid people on social media who don't care about your growth, why? Why? You have to protect your energy. I was saying before you guys were here, let me know if you remember the EMS framework. And sorry, my dog is being a brat. 1 minute. There we go. Okay. The EMS framework that my coach Tara Newman talks about is energy, mindset, strategy. Basically, that you can't start working on strategy for your business until your energy and your mindset are in the right place. Because when you start to work on your business and you don't have the energy to do what you need to do, you're not going to grow. So I'm actually going to record a podcast episode today. I think you guys may have noticed I've been absent of my podcast for a month. It's not because I stopped doing the podcast. It's not because I don't have things to share with you. It's because my energy and mindset was not in a place for that. And I'm not thrilled with that. I wish that I had been consistent, but at the same time, I had to take care of myself. I had to take care of my family. You guys know my mom and my mother-in-law, the two people that watch my kids twice a week, both had hip replacement surgery within 3 days of each other. So they've been recovering. And yes, it's frustrating to lose childcare, but I also want to make sure that they're taken care of. And so now some of my fucks have to go to them, which is fine because I love them. And I'm happy to do that. But you only have so much energy every single day. Where are you going to spend that energy? It's really important to think about that because you may be able to operate your business without that energy because I've been there for my clients. I haven't canceled anything. I have made it work. But that is survive instead of thrive mentality. When you're just surviving, when you're drowning, trying to keep your head above water, you are not going to be able to actually grow your business. Now, can you operate it that way? Yes. Can you operate it that way long-term? No. I've done it. Trust me, I almost worked myself into the hospital. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. If you have any questions, if you're watching on YouTube, come on over to the Facebook group so you can be a part of the conversation at businessstraightUp.com/community. Let me know what you think. Are you at a point in your business where you're just surviving, trying to figure this shit out? Because there's no shame in that. I told you, I went to two of my friends crying because I didn't know how to run a business. I was so scared. How the hell was I going to pay my bills, guys? I was freaking out. It was scary. So I'm learning more and more about ADHD. I'm pretty sure I have it. I've never been diagnosed, but the need for constant stimulation is funny to me. And I just dropped the thing that I was playing with. So now I'm like, I can't do my clicky pen because that will make noise. So I'm trying to figure it out. Deidre said, so I feel like I still hate marketing. Deidre, let me know in the comments, what do you hate about marketing? And what do you believe marketing is? Because I feel like so many people have this idea that marketing is like this big strategy, and it can be. I love marketing. I love the strategy, but marketing doesn't have to be that if it's not something you enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy it and you really hate what you're doing, it's going to come across in everything you do, and it's not going to be successful. Deidre said, and for the mindset, I can't turn work off. Like I'm doing well, but I'm always trying to start something new and build it to be better. And so I don't turn off business hours. I think we need a podcast episode on that. How to turn off. Okay, I got to pick this up, guys, or it's going to drive me crazy. I'm sorry. I'm that girl. It can't stay there. I dropped my little thingy I was playing with. Deidre said ads and blogging and social media. So I would pick one. You don't have to be everywhere. Choose a platform of choice. And then really focus on that and really grow that, because you don't have to do all the things. Now, if you want to do all the things, that's cool. If you want to be everywhere and you enjoy it, then that's cool. But if you hate doing it, A, you're probably not going to do it long-term or consistently, which defeats the point. B, it's going to come across in all of your posts that you really don't want to be here. And C, you're just going to drive yourself into the ground hating life and hating business. Deidre, instead of thinking about ads and blogging and social media as marketing, can we do a mindset shift and start to think about it as sharing your work and serving the people who want to most hear from you? Because if you don't want to serve those people, then why are you in business? I know you do. I know you want to work with those people. I know you want to show them beautiful, beautiful images of them. So what if we do a quick shift on that mindset of marketing sucks? I know you didn't say that. I said it for you. What if we do a quick shift on that and instead say, I'm serving my people. I'm showing my work. I'm showing people what I do and what I can do for them. And then making an offer. This is what I have. This is what I want to do for you. This is how I want to serve you. And then tell them how they can get in touch with you. Deidre said, my mind is stronger than yours tricks. I know. It's hard. It's a subconscious thing a lot of times. A lot of times I've seen that people are afraid to share their work. And so when I have seen people that tell me that they don't like marketing, a lot of times it's because they don't want to share their work. And that is kind of a whole different conversation, because if you don't want to share what you're doing, we have to start asking ourselves why. Do you not love your work? Are you comparing it to someone else? Are you thinking that it's not as good as someone else's? Because I mean, I can tell you that's bullshit, but until you believe it, it's not going to matter. We have to turn off that comparison. I know, Deidre, you said that you are only on social when you're posting now, which is amazing. Goals. Let me know if you're afraid to share your work, if that's maybe why we don't like marketing. Because marketing, if you really don't like it, it just comes down to sharing what you do and putting out an offer. That's all marketing is. This is what I do. This is why I love what I do. Would you like a part of that? That's it. Deidre said, I'd love to share my work. I don't have anything to say about it or clever or important most of the time. You know what I started doing? Because I really don't love Instagram. I have tried, you guys. I just don't love it. And it's okay. I know I should be there. I just really don't love it. Like, I have no desire to have like 20 million Instagram followers. I just don't love it. So you know what I started doing is I just scheduled a ton of images with amazing quotes and a call to action. Because that's all Instagram is, right? It's just visual. Facebook is more conversation. Twitter is all about the words. Instagram is very much images. And so I scheduled a ton of images. Now, here's why I did that. Minimum viable option, right? I'm going to type that. I'm going to say that too, because that is when my energy is really low. That is what I go to. What is the minimum viable option that I need to do? So what I've done is I post these images. I just scheduled like, I don't know, 200 images or so. And I think I schedule them twice a week. So they won't repeat for a year, right? 200 at twice a week. Yeah, for a year, I think. Do the math, Brooke, something like that. But the point is that I didn't write a ton about these images because I feel the same way, girl. I'm like, what am I supposed to say with all of these amazing women? Like, this girl killed it. She did such a good job in her session. And you know what she did? All my clients do, though. So I'm going to say the same thing over and over again. No. So I just scheduled the minimum viable option. I just scheduled images to go twice a week, and I'll turn that up in a little bit. But these images to go, they just have quotes, not my quotes. They just have quotes from amazing people like Mae West, Maya Angelou, and all these amazing people. They have quotes and an email me to book your session. Because then at least I can get the consistency going. I don't have to worry about what to write. And I use SmarterQ for all that. I'll post a link in the comments. Let me make a note to remember. I use SmarterQ for that. So I literally just schedule them all and they just go on automatic. So what that does is it means that the automation will be going consistently, and then I can post when I want to. Because there are times that I post 4 times in one day. And then there are times that I don't post for 2 weeks. But this automation will continue going without me, and it makes my life a ton easier. I'm trying to not swear as much. Deidre, let me know if that sounds like something you would love, because I think with your work, you could absolutely just schedule images. You don't have to put in. So many people are good at that, and that's a beautiful thing. And I actually really enjoy writing, but I hate saying the same thing over and over and over again. She came in feeling nervous. She left feeling amazing. Like, I could say that for literally every client. So that's boring as fuck. Why am I going to do that on social? I don't need to, because no one wants to read that anyway. Terry said, I didn't used to share my work often because of fear of judgment from family and friends. I think that's especially prevalent in boudoir, right? Because my judgment actually wasn't family and friends, but more like my church group and my church people. I knew that they would not approve, and so I didn't share for a long time. Now I don't share my work on social because I get banned a lot. But it wasn't always that way. Deidre said I had to turn off every notification for social media so it's not front of my mind. Yes, I actually don't have. My husband was like, how do you do that? I think the only notifications I have on my phone are text messages. And yeah, I'm not going to live with my phone pinging all day. Got to protect your energy, man. Got to protect your energy. Deidre said they're going to hear you. I know, right? The powers that be. They're going to hear I don't love Instagram. Deidre said, that sounds amazing. Actually, what do you put for a call to action? Well, let me look at my Instagram feed and I can tell you. So I have 2 Instagram accounts, one for my photography and one for my teaching. And the call to action, I have literally copied and pasted. I think I might have 2 different ones, but there's not a huge variety because I just don't want to. So it literally says, email me to book your session with my email address, or go to brooksummer.com/contact. That's it. You don't need to say more. I mean, what are we going to say that email me to book your session? Now, if you have a special or something going on, then definitely highlight that. Highlight that promotion. You know, if you have, like, this month is BOGO month, then absolutely highlight that. Say so. But if it's not, and you are just posting just to show your work consistently, it's so nice to get that pressure off of my chest, to not feel like I have to constantly be saying the same thing over and over again with images. And in my Facebook group, so that's Instagram, but let's talk about Facebook groups. So I have a ton. Hey, Marietta. It's good to see you. was on YouTube and came over. Yes. Thank you for coming over. For anyone watching on YouTube, come to the Facebook group. That's where the conversation is happening. businessstraightup.com/community. I know Marietta's like freaking supermodel over here. She posts pictures. She's like, I felt cute today because she's amazing. But I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Facebook group. So that's on Instagram. I just post images because Instagram is visual, right? And I just add quotes because I don't have time and I don't want to say the same thing over and over and over again. So in my Facebook group, I've actually scheduled out lots and lots of posts that include engagement. So asking people for their opinions, stuff like that. And that is where I go to actually talk with people, is Facebook groups. Because I want to have those conversations. That is where I go and share articles about Melissa McCarthy wearing a tracksuit to the Oscars because she wore whatever the fuck she wanted to. So that is where I go for stuff like that. That is where I go for business inspiration. You guys see my posts in there of this is amazing, we need to do this, or, you know, little things like that. That's where I go for more of a connection, because Instagram for me is not a connection thing. It's showing my work. Now I know that other people have different opinions and that's totally fine. It's just not my jam. So you have to figure out what works for you. Do you really, really love Instagram? Then go all in on Instagram. Don't do all the things. No one has the energy for that. I'm going to give you my referral link for Smarter Q. Because seriously, this stuff is amazing. Let's see. Terry said, I have to bounce in and out a bit to make day job calls. No worries. Daedra, Smarter Q is what I use for scheduling. And I've shown you guys this in lives previously. So let me know if you don't want to see it. It will not hurt my feelings at all. And you cannot judge my tabs open on my browser. Okay. That's our agreement. If I'm going to show you this. So this is my Smarter Q. And Smarter Q is amazing. I will say it has a learning curve and it can be challenging, but it's so worth learning. So when we look at, so these are Tushy Tuesdays, right? So every Tuesday I do butt shots, and you can see that I have all of these photos. So this one has 39 photos in it, and I do it once a week. So 39 photos is not going to repeat for almost a year. Okay. And I have 4 different text variations in Smarter Q. So that results in 156 different posts that will happen because of different text and different images. I love Smarter Q, guys. So here is the random image post that I was telling you about. So see, I have 25 different text variations, and they're all quotes. All of them are just quotes. Okay, with the call to action. That's it. And then these are all the images that are attached. And when I want to add more in the future, I'll just come in and add more. These are all released. I can just come in and throw more in here at any time. So right now it's on image 17. Will be published next with this variation. It is amazing. Highly, highly, highly recommend. So this I also use for Facebook groups. So here, let's look at, this is my photography Facebook group. So these are before and afters. Same thing, right? Just lots of variations on text. Sorry, my dogs are being nice and loud. And then these are all the before and after photos. So that results in 301 options for this post for before and afters. And I can choose where it's being scheduled. So this is the Facebook group. I can also do it in the Facebook post. I can also do all of that. then we have Tuesday Joy. We have quotes. We have all sorts of stuff that posts in the Facebook group. And it's amazing. Highly, highly recommend it. Because here's why. I really, really love the conversations in the comments. I love that. So what will happen is this post will go Tuesday Joy. Then I can respond to the post. I don't have to think about posting this shit over and over again. I don't have to focus on that. I can spend my energy in the comments connecting with people in the way that I want to. Because that's something I feel like we're starting to lose, is we have to do all the things and we forget that our preferences matter too. What we want to do matters as well. How we show up matters too. Now, there are things that work more than others. You guys know I teach email marketing. If you are not using email marketing, you are missing out on a huge opportunity. Huge. But do you have to do it? No, you don't have to do shit. You're the boss. You make the rules. Let me see. Terry, hosting. I use a company called SKC Hosting. I'm so sorry. I thought I had sent this to you. But with the kids' end of year school activities, it has been absolutely crazy trying to get anything done. Yeah, I'm just gonna Terry. Okay, Terry said, I don't really love any social media, to be perfectly honest. I can't say I love it, but I do love the connection with people. I love talking with you, Terry. I love chatting with Marietta. I love seeing what you guys eat for lunch. I don't care. I know that's not a popular opinion. I don't care, because you know what? I love connecting with people. I love seeing your dogs and your kids. I love, one of my favorite posts in both of my Facebook groups for teaching and for photography is show me your pets. It's the dorkiest thing. And the color rules, like, I love that connection. I love learning more about people. I love chatting with people. I love talking to people. Social media allows me to do that. I don't love posting constantly to get engagement. I hate that. So I found a way to outsource that, to have that taken care of, so that I can do what I love, which is engage with people and talk in the comments. Terry said, that's awesome. Yeah, Smarter Q is life-saving. I think it's like, so I have a really high plan because I have all of my stuff in there, as well as groups that I admin for. And I think it's like $400 a year. So it's so worth it. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Terry said, I get that it's valuable, but as soon as I can outsource it, I will. Yes, I hear you. What I want to outsource next, and what I want in a team member, is someone who will take one piece of content. So for instance, this video is someone who will take one piece of content and turn it into 20 different pieces of content. Because in this video, there are several quotes that could be social media posts. There are little audio clips that could be social media posts. Like, that is what I want someone to do. Because if they can load them in a folder, I can schedule that shit all day. It's very easy to do. But I want them to create it. That's my next big outsourcing investment. Deidre said, can I pay you to schedule mine? No, just because I don't love it. There's a lot of people that do that though. And when it comes to outsourcing, do you guys know that you don't have to outsource and like hire someone full-time? I feel like that's a really big misconception that people have. They think that they have to bring on someone full-time, which is a huge responsibility. And then you have like additional taxes and all of that stuff. You can just hire independent contractors for a few hours a week. I wish I had known that sooner. I didn't know that. I know that feeling. Yes. Terry said, same way. Marietta said, I love chatting with you too. Deidre said, all of that gives me anxiety. yeah, then find someone to do it for you, for sure. Terry said, I love talking to people, social media for business, I don't love. But see, that talking to people can be marketing too. That can be a strength for sure. People want that connection. Man, people are lonely. They just want to connect with someone. And when you genuinely care about them instead of just bullshitting because you want their sale, that'll set you apart. Big time. Big time. Deidre said, I love giving people gorgeous photos and being their hype girl. Yeah, so do that. Do that in social. Figure out what that looks like for you, because that's what I love too. I love having people ask. I ask people to share like a selfie on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, girl, you look amazing. Like, I love that stuff. But I don't want to post it every Saturday. I don't want to have to remember every Saturday to post it. So I don't. I schedule that shit so that I can show up in the comments, because that's what I love. Deidre said they're so hard to find. So let me post this on jobs.ph. The website that I just posted is onlinejobs.ph. They are Filipino workers who do an amazing job. Now with anyone, any country, any person, you're going to have the good ones and the bad ones. So you definitely have to figure out who you love and who you don't. Sometimes there's a language barrier, but what's nice about working with them is that a lot of times they already have the skills you want. So you could literally go in there and search for SmarterQ, and someone who knows SmarterQ, that particular software, you can hire a social media person who will do it all for you. Now, I will say, if you're going to outsource, you have to have systems in place though. You have to have folders for the content. You have to have captions typed out for the content. That is something that you need to have prepared. Now, if you want someone to do that for you, you absolutely can. But you're going to have to work with them. There is a learning curve. It's going to take them, I'd say, about a month to be completely up to where you want them to be and how you want them to speak and how you want your brand to come across and all of those things. It does take time, but it's so worth it. Deidre said, but I don't want to talk to them all, not all at once. That is what gives me anxiety. Cool, then don't. You have to figure out. So marketing, people think that they have to do all the things and you don't. Deidre, have you tried email marketing? Tell me in the comments. Because I have worked with coaches and people who literally don't use social media for their business at all. And I was like, really? How do you do that? They email every week. They email their people. They talk to people every week. And then guess what? You get to decide when you email. And if it's a Tuesday morning and you don't fucking feel like talking to someone on a Tuesday morning, schedule that shit out. You can do this all at once. Batch it. Write out. Set aside 1 day every month to just write all your content for that month. Then you do it one day and you don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to show you guys. This is my monthly list of the things I need to do monthly. So it says update website and all plugins, verify all upcoming sessions and calendar entries, verify all upcoming phone consultations, check upcoming promotions, schedule all social media for Instagram and Facebook posts. That's done once a month. I am not going to do it every day. That sounds like a nightmare to me. Now, some people might love that. I do not. Check that the contact form is working. If you all are not checking that constantly, you need to be checking that. But these are my monthly, and they're in this cover. It's just I don't know what they're called, page covers. But the reason that they're in a cover is because then I can take my fancy, I don't even know where it is. Then I can take my dry erase marker and cross them off. And then the next month I just erase it and I go back in. That's how I do it. You don't have to, but figure out how you can make it work for you, because a business without marketing is not going to be making money. You got to share what you do somehow. It doesn't have to be the way that people say it does. It doesn't have to be on social. It doesn't have to be in email marketing. It doesn't have to be in specific ways, but you got to share what you do. You have to share your work. You have to share why you do what you do, because that is what people are going to connect with. Marietta said, I'm going to have to go into your website and look at everything. I need some serious marketing help now when I open back up. Yes. Marketing is a must. I know that people don't love it like I do. I get it, but it is something that you absolutely must do. So figure out how you can do it in a way that lights you up. So Deidre said, Brooke, do you do one-on-one mentoring? Yes, ma'am. Let me get you that link because I don't remember the full thing. One thing, the way that I'm able to do businessstraightup.com/community is through a plugin on WordPress called Pretty Links. And so what I do is I just say, I want the link to say this, and then it will point to wherever I want it to go. So if you go to businessstraightup.com/mentoring, it will take you to the link that I just posted in the comments because it's a redirect. So I don't have to remember that. See, these are all little tools, guys, that you all have access to. I am not a unicorn. Well, I am, but not like that. Marietta said, you know I do. Yes, I know you guys hate marketing. I feel you. And I think a lot of that is fear. Now, if you are not afraid to share what you do and why, then maybe it's not fear. But I used to hate marketing as well because I didn't feel comfortable sharing my work, and I didn't feel comfortable sharing me, and I didn't feel comfortable showing up. So that was a big part of why I hated marketing. Once I started moving past that, I actually love marketing because it's my chance to connect with people and show them how I can help them. You got to approach it from a mindset of serving. It will change the way you do it exponentially. I feel like I have a dog hair on my lip. You guys are probably seeing me do this to my lip constantly. I think I have a dog hair in my lip gloss, and it's driving me a little crazy. So if you keep seeing me do that and you're like, what the hell is she doing? That is why. Because I'm a dork. Have you guys heard Bill Engvall talk about the dorkfish? I'm a dorkfish. I feel like that's me. I'm a dorkfish. Marietta said, you know I'm super social, girl. Yes, you are. So how can you show that to your clients online? You know what I did when everything got locked down? I did a happy hour with my clients on Zoom. We actually had a lot of fun. And I had plans to do, like I really wanted to do an evening gown night on Zoom where we all just wore our evening gowns because we couldn't go anywhere when we were in quarantine. And at the time I wanted to do it, and I still want to do it. I didn't though, because again, that energy mindset, man, I was so overloaded with personal stuff at the time that I couldn't add that on. And that's okay. My clients didn't come back to me like, we're never talking to you again. Like, we have to take care of ourselves because our business is not going anywhere as long as we are not growing. So how can you show up to market your business? How can you do that in a way that lights you up, in a way that you care about, in a way that you love? Because when you figure that out, you're going to kick ass. Maybe it is events. Mariana, maybe you just want to do events. I really love events. I love connecting with people in person. So this past year has been exponentially difficult for me. I've done movie nights with clients because there are so many movies that came out that were kind of like chick flick-ish that the guys didn't want to go see. And so their partners didn't want to see. And so I was frustrated at not being able to see him myself because my husband didn't want to see him either. And so that was fun. I really enjoyed that. We did a movie night and we all went out to eat afterwards. And it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a huge investment on my part. I didn't pay for their tickets. We all met in the theater. And because the theater near me has reserved seating, I just told them what seat I was in and we did it. Marietta said, so you meet up? So before COVID, yeah. After COVID, we did Zoom. But before COVID, yeah, absolutely. We did movie nights. I used to have big events. It was so fun. But the movie nights are fun. I've had several clients. We set up a paddleboard night for stand-up paddleboarding because I love paddleboarding. And it didn't work out because the rental place had closed down. But those are events that you can do. Set something up for people to come and make sure you set it up so that it's something you love, so that if no one shows up, you're still happy being there. I have learned that in doing events for Facebook groups and for larger organizations. People flake and say they're not coming, or say they're coming and then they don't. So if you're going to do an event, make sure it's something that you will enjoy. I itch on my leg. I got a bug bite. What the hell? It's a little early for that, but make sure it's something that you enjoy so that if no one shows up, that you're totally fine being there and will still enjoy yourself. Marietta said, okay, good to know. Thank you. You are so welcome. Deidre said, I think I'm behind on comments. I don't think they're showing up. Marietta said, I need to create a group first. Yes, I'm not behind. That's okay. You're never behind. You're just where you're at. Because it's not a race. There's no linear aspect to it at all. There is no finish line. So you can't be behind. So you're never behind. Let me know if that helps in the comments. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer your questions. If you need mentoring, let me know. I am going to start, it's in the works, a group coaching program where it will be monthly. And we will have regular calls, videos, so that I can help you. So it's going to be kind of like mentoring, but it's going to be less expensive because it is a group coaching model. But you'll still have almost that mentoring access to me so that I can help because I know that people need help. Marietta said, I have to run. Yes. I see you in August. Yes. We'll talk soon. Bye, love. Group coaching is coming. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you're on the email list in the Facebook group because that's where it's going to go first. Thank you so much for being here today. My brain, it's so funny. Sometimes I sound like because my brain is like 10 miles ahead of where my mouth can travel. And so my mouth is constantly trying to catch up. People tell me I talk too fast at times. That's why. But thank you so much for being here today. I really, really love chatting with you. And kind of like Deidre, when we were talking about marketing and figuring out what works for you, I really enjoyed this. I get to schedule it. It's on my time and it's just a conversation. We're just talking. We're just chatting. That's it. You can encourage people to ask questions. Always come with your own agenda, just in case no one's asking questions. But you can even do something like this. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I didn't think I would. I was kind of nervous to show up on video, but I'm actually really enjoying this. So think about marketing in a way that works for you because everyone's different. And what you love is not the same as what someone else loves. And social media does not have to rule your life. You get to decide. You're the boss. You make the rules. Have an amazing rest of your day. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. I so look forward to working with you, and we'll talk soon.